if you could bring out the importance of not isolating and then also what we can do.
Isolation, the impact of isolation and loneliness. I had read a stat that said that the impact of isolation and loneliness is the same as smoking 7 cigarettes a day. So it absolutely impacts your longevity. It's not, we are wired for connection as human beings. So isolation is no joke and really hard to kind of coax someone out of isolation, or if they have a hard time getting out, they have a hard time with mobility, or they're caring for someone with memory loss. They think, oh my gosh, it's just better, I should just stay home. You know what I mean? Like, it takes me all day to get them out the door, I'm just gonna stay home, I'm fine, but I really encourage people to I always say this: connect with the disease community, understand what support groups there are available. Some of those support groups are virtual, and it's really hard to say, join a club, right? Because yes, you can flippantly say that, but the reality is that's much harder. Isolation does not mean you have to be social all the time, right? Even just looking for, let's say somebody has dementia and it's hard to go out with them. Look for things in the community that are geared for dementia, whether that's a memory cafe where you can bring them, and everybody else there. All you have to do is kind of unravel that just a little bit. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have a full dance card, just one or two is fine.
So taking those small steps,
small steps, yeah. And think about what is the barrier for you, whether that's mobility or whatever it is, and then try to think about okay, where can I go that kind of simplifies that barrier? Maybe it's that it takes a long time, so how do you kind of plan for that? The other thing that's really important is respite for a caregiver. And when you as a caregiver give yourself respite time, and that could be utilizing a service like Home Instead, caregivers to wherever you are, that gives your person some social time, right? And gives them some diversity of people that they're seeing and talking to. And it also gives you an opportunity to go out and do something, even if that's just go out and get a cup of coffee or go out and get, your hair done, whatever that is. I was talking to an individual in one of my support groups last week, and he said, when things get really tough for me, my wife says it's time for you to go to McDonald's. And I'm like, McDonald's? But he says what he does is he goes to McDonald's and he gets a cup of coffee or a Coke, and he just sits there and watches the people going in and out. It's a busy McDonald's in this location. So, that's his way of kind of decompressing, right? He just goes to McDonald's and he watches the people go in and out, and he just kind of people watches maybe for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be hours, just have to find simple ways to connect.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because they don't have to be overactive type of, you can just sit there and relax as long as they're getting out.
Yes, absolutely. And if you are getting in-home respite, or in-home care from somebody like Home Instead, we're going to match the caregiver to you, the things that you like. We're going to do our best to understand you and your family and, the things that you enjoy. And we're going to send somebody to you that we think would help bring out that, right? So if you love crafting, we're going to send somebody who also loves crafting. If you like sports, we're going to send somebody who loves sports. We're going to do our best to get a great match so that conversation is natural, fun, easy. If you like sports, we're probably not going to send you a crafter, right? So
it's not going to work out there.
Right. Yes, absolutely.